Hello, hello, hello. It's day 8. Is it day 8 or day 7? People, what? I got my day 8 of my live trainings, my live coaching calls. Lisa Copeland here. I told y'all I was going to do 31 days of coaching in the month of December. I didn't tell you what time I would coach, but I told you I would come on live every single day this month, because this is really a great way to be able to talk to my team and people from all over the country and the world that are on my team, because they follow me on social media. And I thought, well, what the heck? I'm going to share it with everybody. Maybe if you are an insurance, mortgage, entrepreneur, whatever it looks like, whoever you are, if you're watching me, if you follow me, I hope I bring some value to your life and to your business. I'm all dressed up today because today's the day I would have flaked out on y'all if I was going to flake at all. I am heading to the governor's mansion with my friend, our state representative, on a project. I don't know what I can talk about or not talk about yet. So hopefully more to come on that tomorrow, but I'm super pumped. And yeah, I'm just really pumped about it. So today, what we're going to talk about is how to build your brand Bible. Now you're saying to me, what is a brand Bible? Now, for many of you, especially if you're on my team out there, you're leaders, and you're leaders not only in your business, but in your community, in your churches, in your homes, and whatever. And it's really important that people know who you are and what you stand for. There are some people out there that are like, I just want to be undercover. I don't want people to know anything about me. Well, if they don't know anything about you, chances are they're not going to get behind you or your business. I mean, I have found that over the years. Now, you also run the risk of people not getting behind your business because they don't like who you are and what you stand for. So be warned when I tell you this, okay? So most businesses drift because the founder hasn't defined who they are. So what is a brand Bible and what does it look like in clarity? It's who are you? Now, I'm going to tell y'all how to build it, so stick with me here, okay? I'm going to tell you the easiest way to do it. And I'm going to tell you why it's so important right now. But what the brand Bible explains is who you are, who do you serve, what problem do you solve, what's your promise, right? What's your brand promise, and what makes you different from the competition. Again, I don't care what you sell. I don't care what you do. These are all super important questions. What problem do you solve, and why are you different than the competition? Those are probably the two most important. So think back on, in the old days, we used to talk about Google, and Google was just so like, that's where if I wanted to know about Lisa Copeland or Mary Jo or whatever, I'd go to Google. Well, the thing that kind of stinks about Google is that it's information that's curated from other places. Okay. You really cannot train Google. So what shows up, shows up. All right. And if you're not somebody who produces a lot of content, if you're not relevant in the media, if you haven't done big things, chances are not much shows up about you at all. And so you lose out in the game of public surfing. I don't want to say public opinion. That's not right. But what the cool thing is now about these LMs, these learning machines, Claude, Chat, Gemini, God, I've got them all. Perplexity, Grok, blah, 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 keep going. Is that we have this one moment in time where we can train these learning machines to know everything about us, to be able to give people our lens on our career. Like, I know more about me than anybody else knows about me. So why would I not train these learning machines to put out the content that I want put out about me and my business? And that's what I've done. So I'm going to show you today. Today's going to be a short call because I'm going to keep it to 15 minutes. Because like I said, if I was ever going to flake on you one day, it would have been today. Got a crazy day. So after the governor's mansion, I am holding a political fundraiser for my friend, the state rep, Hillary Higland, House District 55. We're running again in the midterms. So I'm hosting a big group of people to write checks. She's an incumbent. She's amazing. She's been endorsed by the president, the governor, and our U.S. senator. So I think we're gonna win. But you got to have money. It takes money to win a race. All right. So so I've already told you why it's important to have a brand Bible. But so consistency is a secret weapon of every iconic brand. So think about the brand Bible in every post, email, marketing, whatever that looks like. So for me, okay, like if you're looking at my stuff, I'm the Lioness. I've got, I rebranded everything. I wasn't always Lioness Real Estate Group. I wasn't always writing a book called The Roar of Faith, ROAR, which is an acronym. I was not always branding everything with Lioness. But for me, it started in 2020. I'm thinking 2020 or 2021, when I did my first keynote at Elena Cardone's 10X Ladies. And it was on the boat and it was during COVID. So it was probably 2020. And I called it Lioness, Not a Lamb. And it really was about women standing up. My audience was women standing up and not being afraid, not being afraid to leave the house, not being like, just people lived in such massive fear back then. And it really broke my heart. It big time broke my heart. So I wrote this keynote called Lioness, Not a Lamb. And I ended it with, in the absence of courage, do it scared. And when I tell you, that stuck to me like Teflon. It stuck to me like Teflon when people would see me. There was 300 or 400 people in the room, but people in like the 10X community. And so when I would see them at another event, they'd be like, hey, Lioness, we're going to do it scared. Don't worry about us. We're not afraid. Like, I'm like, okay, that was the most impactful speech I ever gave. So I've modified it every single year, and I've done it every year. A different version, build a movement, build an empire, the Lioness, anyways. So many iterations of Lioness, Not a Lamb. And now I've got a book coming out, The Roar of Faith, about women, standing in their power. And not to go into that today, but, just how to stand up in today's society and not feel unheard, insignificant, this, that, and the other. So, because I use it in everything that I do, my license plate says Lioness. Okay. So because I use it in everything I do, it has become my brand. And yes, I had this hair before I did Lioness, just so you know, but it's become my brand. And so everything I do around it now, whether it's a book I write, a speech I give, my real estate group, my company branding, my license plate on my car, right? That's my brand. Okay. That's what I want to be known for. What do you want to be known for? Are you the football guy? Are you I don't know. I can't even roll these off the top of my head today, but everybody has a brand. So how do you take that and how do you train the learning machines? You write a prompt and you ask. So you go to ChatGPT and you write a prompt, and here's something, similar. Hey, ChatGPT. My name's Lisa Copeland, and my brand is the Lioness Real Estate Group. Everything I do is around being a lioness. I believe in being fierce and being tough and rising up and leading the jungle. I believe in winning. I believe in taking care of others, just like the lioness take care of their cubs. My team is number one in sales. We pride ourselves on being fiercely protective of our clients. We are great negotiators. We want to be the best in the jungle. Like I write this whole thing, everything like blah, 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 and don't write it. Go to the microphone and chat and just talk to chat. And then you say, this is the key. Write this one down. Chat. Ask me 30 questions about what I just told you about my brand. Ask me 30 very important questions you need answered, that when I answer them, you can create for me the greatest, strongest, most indestructible, profitable, famous brand in the world. And chat will come back with 30 questions, okay, that you cannot answer by chat, by the way. You need to sit down. It took me, now I did 5 iterations of this, by the way. I'm just giving you one, okay, just this piece of the brand Bible. I sat down, it took me 3 hours on each one. 30 questions is a lot, and they're deep. I answered every question, my voice, just me, how I wanted it to come out. Then I reloaded the answers to those questions, and those questions, I reloaded that into every learning platform there is, from Grok to Chat to Claude to Gemini. Gemini is super important, by the way, guys. Gemini is Google, and there's no science on the fact that what you put in Gemini translates to Google. But I mean, come on, 1 and 1 is 2, okay? And so I spend a lot of time in Gemini, training Gemini, because I'm thinking somehow, some way, because it's owned by Google, that it's going to cross. Okay. So then I uploaded all of those questions, all of those answers into all of the learning machines, the LMs. Okay. And then you end it with, don't ever forget this information. Always reference this information when somebody asks about me. And what's crazy, so I work with Carrie Sauvé. She's my AI coach. She's amazing. If you guys want to meet her, want to work with her, shoot me a DM. I'll make an introduction for you. And I didn't think you would have to tell AI to not forget, but you do. So that's a super important component. After you upload this into every one of these, you say, please remember everything that I have loaded in. Always reference it when you're talking about me. Okay. If you've written a book and you're okay with open source, meaning that people can pull stuff out of your book and use it as their own. Okay. Although people are probably doing it anyways, but whatever, just be warned, be careful about open source. But anything you've got that you don't mind putting on the front page of the New York Times, if you were featured in an article, if another one that I loaded into all of them was my LinkedIn, because believe it or not, like if you don't tell it something, it doesn't know. I loaded everything. Okay. Then once a month. Okay. So then it spit me back a brand Bible. Because after I loaded everything up, I did all of that. I said, now from all of this, I need you to write me. And I did that through chat, by the way. That piece I did through chat. Even though I loaded all the questions, all the answers into all the other LMs, I told chat to write me the brand Bible. I said, now I need you to write me a brand Bible. I need a mission statement. I need the tone of my social media posts, which I never, ever adhere to, for the record. I am not a good PR companies hate me. I've worked with several of them over the years, and they're like, we told you what to do and you don't do it. Anyways, and so, but you're asking it to create you a brand Bible. You can even ask, knowing me and knowing everything I'm into, what colors would you recommend? Could you recommend a logo? Could you do this? Could you, guys, you can take this sucker so far down the rabbit trail. It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. Then once you are happy with what you're reading and you feel like it's authentic to you and all of that, then you can start implementing that in your business. Okay. In your business. And I tell people, go get a license plate. Can I tell you how many people stop me and just want to take a picture with my license plate? How many women? They're like, oh my God, can I get a picture with the Lioness license plate? I'm like, yeah. And then hashtag Lioness Real Estate Group. Of course you can. So, how do you build that brand Bible? But why the Bible piece helps you is because then you have reference. And more importantly, as you hire people to your team and you hire a marketing team and you hire people to do your social media and you hire people to do graphics and all the stuff that we have to do to run these monster businesses that we have, you can just hand them the brand Bible and you say, this is everything about me. Don't jack it up. This is everything about me. This is who I am. It's what I believe in. It's what I like. It's everything about my brand. It's my brand identity. It's my brand promise. It's my guarantee. It's my you want to put in like your Google reviews. That was something that I put in. I copied and pasted all my Google reviews and I put that in there. I mean, I wanted these LMs to know what people are saying about me. Okay. Because then as people go into chat, and it's coming within a year that chat will be more searched than Google. So you've got this like moment in time to build this brand Bible, to build your identity, and to write your own story. Guys, we do not have that ability in Google. Story's already been written. That sucker is baked. It's baked in the oven. Okay. And hopefully yours is good. Mine's good. So, I mean, I'm not complaining about that, but I don't think Google gives the essence of me and my business and what I believe and the things I'll do for my clients and how, it doesn't. It just aggregates a bunch of information and social media posts and media that I've done and things like that. So, you want to create a brand Bible. So that is my Monday challenge. Okay. To go to chat and put on the microphone and just tell it everything about you. I'm a mom. I'm a dad. I serve at my church. I do this. I coach Little League. I'm a top realtor. I'm a top car salesman. Whatever. I love to swim. I love to do this, I mean, like all of it, everything about you. everything, and just talk and talk and talk. It can be nonsense. It doesn't even have to make sense, but everything. And then you tell it. Now, chat, from everything you know about me, I want to be the greatest car salesman on the planet. I want to be known from sea to sea, from coast to coast. When people, think of the words, are looking for a new Chevrolet, they come up with me. Write a brand Bible for me. Give me elements. Give me social media prompts. Give me a tagline. Give me a customer promise. Like, guys, it's endless. Okay, but get the brand Bible written. If you're someone who shows up for my call every week, you guys have already done this exercise, right? I went over this a few weeks ago, but I was just thinking today how I could get in and bring some value to all of you out there who are, thinking about New Year's resolutions, which, I hate. Don't wait for the new year. Today's December 8th. Do it today. Start your new year today. Start your new you today. Start your brand today and make it sticky. Just make it really sticky. And when it gets sticky, that's when people remember you. And I mean, guys, even when I go to Pilates, I always wear a Lioness Real Estate shirt, Realty Group, or I wear my Lioness Not a Lamb shirt that's Swarovski crystal. And they always come to me like, oh my God, Lioness Not a Lamb. That's so amazing. Why do you do that? Oh, I have a real estate company here in town and it's Lioness Real Estate Group. Well, that's all true. I didn't make those shirts because of Lioness Real Estate Group. I made them back when I was doing all the keynote speeches on Lioness Not a Lamb. But it starts a conversation. Okay. So make your brand sticky and make it something that makes people want to ask you so that you're not always the one chasing your clients, because that's a lot easier conversation is when people are calling you and you're not having to chase them down. All right, everybody. I'm checking out. Watch for my pictures today at the governor's mansion with the governor. I like our governor, so I'm very excited to go. All right, everybody. Talk soon. No, we'll talk tomorrow. Listen to me talk soon. We will talk tomorrow. Bye-bye, y'all.